everyone. For today, I will be discussing about polynomials. Basically, the simplification and the expansion of polynomials. So first, what are polynomials? So polynomials are expressions that have variables and coefficients within it. So these expressions are sometimes used to describe the behavior of a line, behavior of different variables that are varying. So, etong mga terms na to ay examples of polynomials. So, for the first polynomial, which is x plus 2, may mga kina-consider tayo na like parang type of polynomial. So, etong polynomials na to ay may tinatawag na may each order sila or degree. So, for each polynomial, may sarili silang degree. So, for this polynomial, first degree siya. So, paano nalaman na first degree? First degree siya or first degree siya since yung highest degree nung variable is 1, which is x raised to 1. So, laging 1 yung default na power na naka-raise. Pag walang naka-raise na number, laging 1. So, x is raised to 1, so first. So, dito naman, second degree siya since yung highest degree nung variable, which is x, is 2. So, dito, second ulit. So, before pala to move on, since a polynomial has since a polynomial has variables and coefficients, so yung variable pala dito na ginamit is x. So, yung coefficients, ano kaya yung coefficients? For example, let's use this polynomial. So, 2x squared minus 9x plus 7. So, mga coefficients dito ay yung katabi ng mga variables. So, x is a variable. Let's change the color of. So, x is a variable. X is a variable. Then, itong isa ay constant siya. Wala siyang variable. So, yung coefficient na to, variable na to, or x squared, is 2. And coefficient na to is 9. So, those are the variables and coefficients. And other type of explanation pala, etong term na to, buong term na to, ay pwede ma-explain or pwede siya represent as 2 times x squared minus 9 times x plus 7. So, pag mag-multiply kayo ng coefficient at variable, magdidikit lang yung both. Yung parehong minultiply nyo, which is the coefficient and the variable. So, basic multiplication of coefficients and variables. Pero if merong, let's erase this one. If yung variable na ginamit ay may kadikit na coefficient din, so magkakaroon lang ng basic multiplication na mangyayari. Then magdidikit lang ulit yung coefficients. For example, 2 times, imbis na x squared, nagkaroon ng 2x squared. So, since walang variable to, ang unahin natin is yung mga coefficients nila. So, 2 times 2 is 4. So, since ito lang coefficient, x squared. Isa pang example. Let's use two variables. So, for example, 3x times 4y squared. So, two variables are present dito, which is x and y. So, both of these variables have coefficients with them. So, first step in multiplication is multiply muna yung dalawang coefficients, which is 3 times 4, 12. Then, pag nagmo-multiply ng variables, ay pagdidikit lang sila. So, coefficient 12 times dikit x, and then dikit yung y squared. So, ayan. So, in other terms, or representation, pwede rin itong maging equal sa 12 times x times y squared. So, ayan. Extra knowledge lang before going to the next part. So, for the next part, we have different examples of expansion and simplification. So, for the first example, ito. So, before pala muna, tingnan muna natin kung anong type ng, kung anong degree. So, since dalawa palang variable nila, so parehong 1 yung degree. So, first degree tong polynomial na to. And ito rin ay first degree. Itong multiplicand. So, ang minumultiply dito sa first example is, we can rewrite this as 3x times 4x. Ay, mali. Sorry. 3x laki na thickness. So, 3x times 4x plus 2y. So, we can write it as this one. So, first degree, wala lang siyang kasamang or added na constant. So, for this first example, I will be teaching you how to expand this, then simplify the terms. So, for the expansion, I want you to think of expanding this way. So, ito ay isa lang ang term. Then dito ay dalawa ang term, which is 4x and 2y. So, in order to expand this term, distribute lang natin tong isa to both of these terms. Wait, erase lang natin to. Then, erase din to. Para malinis. So, we can distribute 3x to 4x. Then, distribute 3x ulit to 2y. So, the key to expanding polynomials is to make sure that every term pag nag-multiply ay na-multiply nyo siya to each term sa dalawang variables. Sa dalawang terms na minumultiply. So, for example, 3x, 4x, and 2y. So, yung 3x na multiply ko siya sa 4x. Then, yung 3x na multiply ko siya sa 2y. So, yung 4x naman, na-multiply ko siya sa 3x. And the same. So, kailangan ma-multiply nyo lang siya lahat to the, yun nga, sa terms na multiply. So, 3x multiply to 4x, and 3x multiply to 2y. So, we can already expand the terms. Polynomial. 3x times 4x. So, parehas may coefficient. Coefficient muna. So, 3 times 4 is 12. Then, both ay may variables. Then same variables siya. So pag same variables, ang mangyayari pag nag-multiply is, so basic multiplication pag variables, algebra, is x, since dalawa yung x na minultiply, raise the power of 2. So 12x squared. Hindi siya magiging 12 tapos x times x is 2x. Magiging 2x lang siya is pag x plus x. So x times x is x squared. So for the next term, so okay na itong dalawa. Okay na itong dalawa. So bago nga tayo na. So okay na itong dalawa. Ito na lang. Okay na siya. So next naman is 3x and 2y. So since plus to, so positive, then coefficients first, 3 times 2 is 6. Then, yung dalawang variables. So since magkaiba yung variables, pag magkaiba ang variables, ipagdidikit lang siya sa multiplication. 6y. 12x squared plus 6y. So 12x squared plus 6y. Let's check. So, pag na-expand na natin siya, tingnan natin if there are similar variables. For example, similar variables ay x and x. Siyempre, y and y. Sorry, ang pangit nung handwriting. Naka-mouse lang ako. Pwede rin x squared and x squared. And, ayan. Basically, ano lang talaga. Similar variables ay, from the word similar ay, parehas sila variables. Kaya tayo naghahanap ng similar variables after the expansion is para ma-simplify natin into one variable each present variable. So, let's check dito. So, since 2 terms lang naman yung expanded. So, x squared yung first term. Tingnan natin kung may x squared ba dito. Wala. So, sa second term naman, xy. Tingnan natin kung may xy. So, clearly wala. Since dalawa lang naman sila. So, therefore, we can say that this is the expanded and simplified form of, huwag natin green para tapos na, kunwari. So, this is the simplified and expanded form of this example. So for the next example, this one. So we have 2 expressions multiplied again. So ito first, determine natin kung anong degree niya. Since wala nakalagay, 1 siya automatically. So both expressions are, yung degree ng both expressions are 1. Then they have 2 terms each. So pag ganito naman, erase muna natin. So yung sinabi ko nga nung past example, ang key lang sa expansion is to multiply the term to each term. So for example, x. Kailangan natin siya ma-multiply sa x and 1. Same rin dito. So, distribute, then distribute 2 naman, distribute 2, then distribute 2 dito. So, tingnan natin. So, x na multiply, x sa 1, 2x, then to 1. So, ayan. Meron na tayo na, na distribution pattern. We can already proceed with the multiplication. So, for the first one, x and x, so, multiplication siya ng similar variables. So, magiging x squared siya. Then, since positive, yung next na i-multiplyan, which is 1, positive to. So, any number multiplied by 1 is the same number. So, x times 1 is x. After that, we can now proceed dun sa next term, which is 2. So, 2 times a variable or any variable, which is 2, equal lang sa 2 and the variable being multiplied. So 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 1, and any value multiplied by 1 is the same value. So 2 times 1 is 2. So we have now the expanded form. So, para mag-proceed sa simplification process, tingnan natin yung kung may similar variables para ma-simplify natin. So, x squared. Tingnan natin kung may x squared dito. So, siya lang ang isang x squared. So, pwede na natin siyang masabing yung simplified form ng x squared lang. So, may isa pang variable, which is x. Tingnan natin kung may x pa dito. So, ayun, may isa pang x. So, pag meron tayong nakitang similar variables, we can simplify it pa to its simplest form. So, since x to and 2x to, so parehas sila ng variable. So, may addition operation dito. So, x plus 2x, pwede natin siya i-simplify by adding. So, x, lagyan natin muna yung x squared. X plus 2x. So, alam natin na coefficient na to is 1. So, 1 plus 2 is 3. Then, copy lang yung x. 1x plus 2x is equal to 3x. So, parang label lang talaga yung mga variables. Parang, and pag i-relate natin siya sa everyday life. So, pwede natin tong x gawin na, kunwari, 1 apple. 1 apple plus 2 apples. So, alam natin sagot dyan is 3 apples. So, parang ano lang talaga yung variables. Label lang siya. Pero since dito, ang rule is to deal with letters as variables. So, gagamit tayo ng letters. So, ayan. Simple lang to. So, na-cancel na natin tong dalawa. And ito. So, matitira na lang is a constant. So, wala na bang ibang constant dyan. So, ito na yan. X squared plus 3x plus 2. So, x squared, wala na ibang x squared, x, wala na ibang x, 2, siya lang isang constant. So, we can say that this is already the expanded and simplified form of this example. So, moving on for the next example is, ito muna. So, ito na yung next example. Dahil may nakita tayong 2 na degree, so, alam na natin na itong term na to, itong expression na to is second degree, kasi 2, second degree din to. So, may multiply tayo ng dalawa term dito, nandito 3 terms. So, mag-multiply tayo ng 2 terms sa 3 terms. So, first thing is to make sure ma-multiply yung terms sa kada term sa kabilang expression. So, x squared, dito, x squared to 11x, then x squared to 6. Same goes with 5. Distribute lang talaga siya. Yan. Then, we can now proceed on with multiplication. So, x squared times x squared. So, dahil parehas na naman siya ng variable, pag parehas ang variable, ayun pala, hindi ko pala na-discuss earlier. Diba, x times x yung kanina, x times x yung kanina. If similar yung variables, then may exponent. So, ang exponent ng x is 1 at default. Pag similar variables, copy lang yung variable, then yung exponents pala ay i-add. So, that's the explanation for the answer x squared when x and x was multiplied. So, x squared. Kaya naging x squared siya. So, dito, since parehas x squared yung variable, so, gagawin natin, yung sinabi ko kanina is, copy x, then, add yung 2 plus 2, which is 4. So x squared times x squared is x raised to the 4th power. So dito naman sa next is x squared times negative 11x. So alam na natin na negative tong next since positive times negative is negative. So negative. And alam natin din na, sige, lagyan natin ng coefficients to. 1x, 1x. So coefficients first. Let's multiply the coefficients. 1 times 11 is 11. Then the variables x squared times x. So pareho silang x. Alam natin na 1 to. Copy x. Then 2 plus 1 is 3. So 11x cubed. For the next one is x squared times 6. So pag variable minultiply sa constant or ano lang siya, number, pag magdidikit lang yung 6 and x squared. 6x squared. So for the next round, ito namang 5 ang i-distribute natin sa lahat. So 5 times a variable, magdidikit lang ulit. So para silang positive. Positive pa rin to. Then magdidikit lang yung 5. X squared. Then next one is positive 5 times negative 11. So alam natin negative to. Then 5 coefficients first. Since ito ay constant lang, ito may coefficient, then may variable. So pag multiply ulit ng ganito, recall natin is coefficient muna multiply. So 5 times 11 is 55. Then wala tong coefficient, dikit lang yung x. For the last one is, so basic multiplication lang to, 5 times 6. So alam natin na positive 30 siya. So lagyan na natin dito, hindi na kasya. So ayan. After the expanded form or expanding process, pwede na tayo pumunta sa simplification. So tingnan natin kung may similar variables pa. So, for the first variable, which is x raised to the 4th power, let's check kung may x raised to the 4th power pa. So, cube to, squared, x lang, then constant. So, alam natin na, ito na yung simplest form ng x to the 4th. Next one is x cube. Tingnan natin kung may x cube. So, wala nang x cube since x squared to, then x and constant. So, write na natin yung mga final. X squared. Next naman. So, makita natin from observation ay may isa pang x squared which is yung 5x squared. Then, pumapagit na yung addition operation sa kanila. So, we can simplify this by adding both of the terms. So, 6 plus 5 is 11. Then sabi ko nga is, yung variables pag addition is parang label lang. So, copy lang yung label, x squared. Parang ano lang siya. Parang 6 apples plus 5 apples lang ulit. So, 11 apples. Bali, yung apple is parang nakaano siya. Symbol siya nung representation ng x squared. Ganyan. So, palitan mo lang yung x squared ng apple. Mas madali siya, tingnan. Or intindihan. So, 6 plus 5, 11, copy x squared. Then next is x lang. Cancel na natin to para di malito. So since x lang to, wala na naman ibang x. This is the final form already ng x. Then, natitira na lang isang constant. Copy the constant. And then, we can say that ito na yung simplified form of the polynomial multiplication. So, I think this is the last example already. So, ito na. Same lang siya dun sa past examples lang din talaga. Dadagdagan lang yung terms. So, first, alam natin na pag nakita agad natin to is second degree siya. 3 terms na lang to. Hindi, imbis na 2 terms, 3 terms na to. Multiplied sa 3 terms. So, distribute x to 2x. Tapos, Dito naman, then dito. I use a different color pala. Malinis. So 4x, 2x, 4x, 9x, 4x, 7x. Then if yun naman, it's 9, then 7. Gulo pa rin pala. Wait, sorry. Delete ko na lang. Ano na lang pala. Ito na lang. X. Yan. Tapos yan. So, ito muna. Para malinis tingnan. So, x squared. Nakamultiply sa 2x squared. So, from observation ay same variables siya. Alam natin na coefficient to ay 1. So, coefficients first. Since parehas sila may variables. So, 1 times 2 is equal to 2. Then, since same sila ng variable, then may exponent. Alam natin na pag ganon, mag-add lang exponent. So, copy natin yung x. Then, pag ganyan, mag-add lang yung exponents niya. So, 2 plus 2 is 4. So, this is 2x raised to the 4th power. So, dito, sa next one naman is x squared minus. So, nakita natin yung minus. So, negative sign. So, positive times negative is always equal to negative. So, alam na natin na next term is negative. Then, afterwards is, the next na is, so, may variable sila parehas. Coefficients muna ulit ang next. So, 1 times 9 is 9. 9. Then, variables naman. So, since parehas na naman sila, copy natin yung x. Then, 2 to. Then, ito ay 1. Ito para 1 din to. Lagay natin. Para malinaw. So, x. Tama ba? Yun nga. X, copy. Then, 2 plus 1 is 3. So, x squared times x is equal to x cubed. So, negative 9. Let's check. Negative 9 x cubed. Tama. So, next naman is x squared times 7. So, since constant lang to, then variable, pagdidikit lang natin siya. Parehas lang positive. So, positive 7x squared. So, lagyan natin ng ganito. Para malaman natin na ito yung unang round ng distribution. Tapos, raise na lang natin to. Buro yun to. Okay, for the next round naman, 4x ang sunod. So, 4x, 2x, 4x, 9x, 4x, 7x. So, 4x1 times 2x squared. Parehas may variable, so coefficients muna. 4 times 2 is positive 8. Then, the variables, parehas silang x. Copy x. Then, pag ganito ulit, ay i-add lang ang exponent. So, 1 plus 2 is 3. So, 8x cubed. So, the next one naman ay 4x times negative 9x. So, parehas ulit sila may coefficients and variables. So, coefficients muna, 4 times negative 9 is negative 36. So, same na naman sila ng variable. Mag-add lang, copy yung variable. Then, mag-add lang ulit yung exponents. So, x, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Oh, 36, negative 36, x squared. And next ay 4x times 7. So, coefficient and a constant. Pero walang variable to. So, pag ganito ulit, recall natin is copy lang natin yung variable. Coefficients muna. So, 7 times the coefficient 4 is positive 28. Then, copy na lang natin yung variable which is x. So, let's check. So, tatlo na, 8x cubed, negative 36x squared, plus 28x. So, this is the second round na ng distribution. So, erase ulit natin para malinis tingnan. So, next, dito natin lagay. Hindi nakasya. Ang next is 3 naman. Distribute natin to each term on the other expression. So, 3 ay constant lang. So, yung 3 times 2x squared by observation, so may coefficient. So, coefficients first. 3 times 2 is 6, positive 6. Ito na pala, nalagay ko na pala yung positive. So, positive 6. Tapos, since siya lang itong x squared lang naman ng variable, so, didikit lang natin siya. Copy lang, 6x squared. For the next one, 3 times negative 9x. So, a constant multiplied to a coefficient and the variable lang ulit. So, coefficients first. 3 times negative 9 is negative 27. Then, since ito lang naman ulit ang variable, dikit lang ulit natin siya. Copy lang. So, sa next is 3 times 7 lang, basic multiplication. We can see that both numbers are positive. So, positive times positive is positive. 3 times 7 is positive 21. So, let's check kung na-distribute na natin. Ayan, na-distribute na natin siya. Erase lang natin to. Ay, mali. So, we are already done with the distribution. We can already proceed sa pala na thickness simplification part. So, hanap ulit tayo ng mga similar variables and let's simplify them. So, first is x raised to the 4th power. Tingnan natin kung may iba pang x raised to the 4th. So, wala. Siya lang. Lagyan na natin siya dito sa final answer. And cancel natin siya. So, next is x cubed. Ayun, may x cubed. So, let's underline all the x cubes. So, itong dalawa. Ito lang. Negative 9 and 8. So, since parehas sila, we can simplify them. So, since parehas nga ulit sila ng variable, so parang label lang siya. So, negative 9 apples. Ay, hindi na pala bagay dito yung apple since wala namang negative na apple. So, we could just go back to the normal math computation, which is negative. I just think of x cubed as a label na lang in simplification. So, negative 9 plus 8 is negative 1. Pero para hindi natin kailangan lagay negative 1. So, negative, i-copy na lang pala natin yung, since negative 1 lang siya. So, kunwari, negative 1. Pag nilalagay natin ang final answer, yung hindi na natin nilalagay kasi yung coefficient ng 1. So, copy na lang yung label, which is x cubed. So, negative 9x cubed plus 8x cubed is equal to negative x cubed or negative 1x cubed. Imaginary na yung 1. Sorry, default pala. Hindi pala imaginary. Imaginary is a different number. So, ayan. 2x4 minus x cubed. So, alam natin na okay na to. And this one. So, next na nakita natin na variable is x squared. Tingnan natin may x squared. So, this is an x squared din, and x squared ulit to. So, may tatlo tayong x squareds. So, lahat sila may coefficient. So, since label lang ulit yung x squared, we can, parang, di ba natin isipin yung x squared? Tignan lang muna natin yung coefficient sila para hindi tayo malito. So, 7 minus 36. 7 minus 36. And plus 6. So, 7 minus 36 is, pa siya, negative 29 ba? Yeah. Then, add natin sa 6. Is equal to negative 23. So, let's check na. 36, 7 minus 36 is negative 29. Plus 6 is negative 23. So, copy natin yung negative 23 here. Then, ang sinimplify ulit natin is x squared. So, x squared. 7 minus 36, negative 29. Plus 6, negative 23. Okay, so cancel na natin yung x squareds. Then, nakita tayo ng x. So, let's, next, simplification ng x. Nakita tayo ng x. Let's look if there are other variables with x on it. So, ito. 28x and 27x. So, focus ulit muna tayo sa coefficients since label lang naman to. So, 28 minus 27 is, so 1 lang. So, just like dito sa second term, di natin nilalagay yung 1, just copy yung label na x. So, 28 minus 27 is positive 1. Positive 1. Copy x is positive x. So, we can cancel this already. Then, since natitira na itong constant, copy natin yung constant. Which is positive 21. So, let's check if may magkakaparehas pa na variables. So, 2x4. Wala na ibang x4, x cubed. Wala na rin, x squared. Wala. X, wala na rin. And 21. Mag-isa. So, therefore, ito na yung simplified form of this expression. Multiplication of expressions. So, I think that's it for the simplification and expansion of polynomials. And I hope madami kayo natutunan in my discussion. And if you have questions, don't hesitate to contact the website and the tutors so that we can help you. So thank you for watching this tutorial.